Okay, let's start with this. The Chicago Cubs are quietly becoming one of the most fascinating teams in baseball, if you know where to look. And tonight's matchup against the Nationals isn't just another game on the schedule. It's a chance to test a team that's defying decades of its own history. Let me break down why this matters. First, let's talk about the Cubs' road record. They are 34-26 away from Wrigley this season. Big deal, right? Except when you dig deeper, you realize that over the past 80 years, they've only had 2 seasons where they played better on the road, 2015 and 2016. Those were the years they won the World Series and almost repeated. So here's the question. Is this 2026 team starting to look like those championship squads? Personally, I think the parallels are eerie. They are winning close games, they are resilient, and they've got this weird knack for making opponents feel the weight of Wrigley's legacy even when they are playing in cities like DC. But is that a sustainable formula? Or are we seeing a statistical blip? Here's what fascinates me most: the Cubs don't just win, they win big. Over half their wins this season, 59%, came by runs that were their largest margin of the game. And 20 of those happened during their current 35-16 surge. What does that tell me? This team isn't relying on fluke ninth-inning rallies. They are dominating starting pitchers, wearing down bullpens, and creating that psychological edge where opponents feel like they are playing uphill. But here's the catch: in baseball, variance is a beast. How long can they keep blowing games open without regression hitting? Let's zoom in on scoring first. The Cubs have done it in 56 games this year. But what's more interesting is how they've capitalized: 21-6 when they score first, and only 9-17 when the opponent does. What many people don't realize is that scoring first isn't just about momentum, it's about managerial strategy. Teams that score early force opponents into reactive decisions, panic steals, aggressive bullpens, shaky defensive shifts. From my perspective, this Cubs team is weaponizing that dynamic. They are not just getting lucky in the first inning, they are manufacturing chaos. Now, let's talk pitching. Shōta Imanaga is having a moment. A 1.77 ERA over his last 7 starts. Only 6 walks. That's not just good, it's almost unfair. But here's a detail I find fascinating. When he faced the Nationals back in March, he gave up 4 runs in 5 innings. Cold weather, tough conditions. But the Nats lineup has changed since then. Joey Wiemer's gone, which removes a key right-hand bat. And Imanaga's adaptability. That's what worries me. He's the kind of pitcher who evolves between starts. If he's figured out the Nationals' current lineup, this could get ugly. On the flip side, Jake Irvin's coming back from injury. 2 starts under his belt since returning. He held the Phillies to 2 runs last time out. But what's the bigger story here? Durability. Missing 2 months isn't just a physical setback, it's a mental one. Can he trust his shoulder in high-leverage moments? Because let's be honest, the Cubs lineup doesn't forgive hesitation. And then there's the historical angle. Randy Hundley hitting for the cycle 60 years ago today. That's more than trivia, it's a reminder of how baseball's cyclical nature works. The Cubs have a way of rewriting their own narratives every decade or so. Hundley's cycle in 1966 came during a season where the Cubs collapsed spectacularly. Sound familiar? History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. Which brings me to my final thought. Is this 2026 team the next chapter in that cycle? Or are we just seeing another false spring? What's your take? Drop your theories below. And if you're watching tonight's game, keep an eye on how the Cubs handle Irvin early. Because if they score first, well, you've seen the numbers. The rest of the game might already be decided by the 3rd inning.